Alright guys, let me give you an update here on these meat birds. They're about 3.5 weeks old, and you'll see how much they've grown, and you'll see what they do. Told you. Ugh. Open it up. Now I can't let them out a whole lot. That's what bothers me. Okay. That water I filled this morning, you'd never know it, and this water is getting filled tonight. That is 3 to 4 inches of shite. That's all they do. Eat and poop, eat and poop. But I'm going to see if they'll come out and hang out. I can't let them out here all the time because the cats. If I keep them locked up, but I had them out earlier this afternoon. They were just as happy as could be. But we're getting ready to leave for Lollapalooza early in the morning. And I'm going to fill as many waters, get the food full. Look how much they've grown. They're almost all feathered out except their heads. But I don't know if they'll let me get down next to them, but they're 4 or 5 times at least as big as they were when I got them. And they're at about the halfway mark. And they're really ugly, I think. Maybe it's because they poop so much. I got a wound up rooster. So the old farmer went to get me some fresh straw, and I'm going to clean that out, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I cleaned out as much of the poop as I could, and that board was sitting right there. You could hardly see the board because it was so covered. And well, they're walking on the pile, but it comes out. I know everybody wants to see chicken poop, right? But it's so bad it's just sheets that it comes out. But that's what they do best, I guess. Obviously. Anyway, they're coming along, so I'm going to fill everything, get some more fresh straw and fill everything back up and get ready to leave tomorrow. Well guys, let's do a little chicken update here real quick. Here's the meat birds. Last night it got down to 12. I think they said it felt like 2. And it's supposed to get up around the upper 40s or lower 50s today. So what I've been doing is giving them water morning and evening. And I can't leave them out here unattended very long because of the cat. But they're getting big enough, so I think it won't be too long. So they're all gathered around the waterer. When I came and checked it this morning, of course it had been knocked over, but I'm going to let them drink a while and fill it back up, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to let them stay out or not. They're getting big enough that the cat shouldn't bother them, but they're still pretty small. Anyway, they're 4.5 weeks old, so we've got about 3 more weeks, and we'll probably be processing birds. And they're still nice and cozy. They go through a lot of feed. I wish I had more green to feed them, but it's this time of year, so I'll start giving them food scraps. But I want them outside in the fresh air and sunshine to get some vitamin D and, well, let's just face it, fresh air. So they're pretty good size, as you can see. I'm going to guess if I dressed them out, maybe 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds now. Pretty little. Now, these are a Cornish cross meat bird. They're not like the Cornish game hens that you find in the grocery store that are real small. If we process these at 6 to 7 weeks, they'll weigh 4 to 5 pounds. Some a little bigger, some smaller. And if you wait until they're about 10 to 12 weeks, they can get as big as 10 pounds. Now, I've had them all sizes. 5 pounds is about the best for us. 4 to 5 pounds for a fryer. And that's what I like them for. This is what you'd use for fried chicken. Not the old hens and stuff that you use for chicken and noodles. Now, I think it's time to give the chickens a bath. Let's go check them. Keeping my laying hens and roosters penned up for the last couple of days. As you can see, they won out really bad. But see those chickens over there? When I said I'm giving them a bath, I hope you knew I was kidding. But chickens do dust bathing. They give a dust bath, and there's holes all around in here that they've dug up. And see, can you see her throwing dirt up on her back? And that's how they keep clean. They get rid of lice, mites. There, she's going to roll in it. Sorry for the wind. She's going to roll in that dirt, and they're out here all the time. Look at that. Look at her rolling around. But guys, that's a dust bath. That's what chickens do. If it's real muddy all the time, then I like to put something in the chicken house for them to get in. You can even use diatomaceous earth, anything to keep the mites and what have you off of them. Whoops. That one kicked her out and she wanted in, but the red one wasn't done. They're funny to watch, aren't they? Okay. There's that big hole there. There's a big hole over there. There's a hole in the corner, which is a-okay. By the way, here's my garden beds. As I'm cleaning out the chicken house, I'm putting some of the straw and chicken droppings on top of it. Put some in my compost pile. And I just noticed the wind's pretty bad over here. Here's my other raised bed. Everything is done. I've got it covered in some straw for the winter. There's really nothing in here. The straw is just to keep it. I got some sage. I should probably go ahead and harvest that. Even though we've had temperatures down in the low teens, this is protected. It's on the south side of the house. So sometimes I've grown spinach all winter long here. But with Thanksgiving coming up, I'll probably harvest that sage. But what I did want to show you is my garlic. It all came up, and all I did was go to the grocery store and buy bulbs of garlic and then break off the individual cloves and planted the cloves. You plant that in the fall, or anyway I do. I seem to get better luck that way. My spring planted garlic didn't do very well. The spring garlic that I thought I had dug it all up, but apparently I didn't. It's turned around and coming back up, so that's great. Anyway, this will get harvested in late spring, early summer. So we'll just wait and see what we got. All right, guys, thanks for being here. I still have that fencing video to do, but I wanted to give you a quick update on the meat birds and little walk. So guys, here it is 2 or 3 days later, and I still haven't uploaded the chicken update, but I wanted to show you something real quick I thought you might find interesting. These are eggs I've recently gathered out from my laying hens. This I know it's a double yoker. I get several of these. I must have one hen that lays double yolks. This is a regular size egg. About what they lay, a little bit bigger. That's one of the smaller ones. My hens are still young, so their eggs are going to be smaller. But look at the size of that big old double yoker. And this, I've heard these called fairy eggs, F-A-I-R-Y, fairy eggs. And it's just a fluke that happens every now and then. And the ones in the past that I broke open, all they were was the yolk. So sometimes, you know, these things happen, but it's interesting. So, and yes, I have another injury, another cut, but that's part of farm life because we both get cuts all the time, but wouldn't have it any other way. All right, guys, I hope to get this uploaded today, and thanks for being here.